What actually is the ocean internet? Is it the next big thing, or just a bunch of techno-mystical mumbo-jumbo? Today we're diving deep into the depths to find out. Today's reality? Before you fire up your laptop or scroll down some social media feeds, ask yourself this. Where does the information superhighway actually run? Hint, it's not up there. More than 99% of international internet traffic is carried by fiber optic cables that snake through the seafloor. It's cheaper, safer, and higher capacity than land-based cables and wireless connections. The next step? Scientists are now taking this a giant leap further. They're retesting out ocean-powered data centers that use the frigid temperature of deep water to cool their servers, and even harvesting energy directly from the motion of waves to power coastal communities. These wave farms would consist of buoys that float just off the coast, bobbing up and down in the waves. They have a central turbine that collects the kinetic energy of the waves. This can then be converted into electricity to power homes, businesses, and even large data centers. In parallel, engineers are also figuring out how to make the most of our ocean's seemingly endless supply of cold water. Today's data centers use huge air conditioning units to keep their servers from overheating. But servers need to be kept at a near-freezing 10 degrees Celsius, so why not use seawater? One ongoing project in Norway pipes in icy seawater to cool servers housed inside shipping containers. Another project off the coast of Scotland plans to use a network of underwater data centers to store and process information with the power of the North Sea, bio-inspired tech. But these are just the beginning of the ocean internet's potential. Engineers are also looking to nature for inspiration. Bioluminescent organisms like dinoflagellates and jellyfish could help us transmit data with light. In 2021, researchers at the Okinawa Institute of Science and Technology in Japan showed that they could use engineered plankton to detect changes in seawater chemistry. This could be used to monitor the health of coral reefs or even map the ocean floor. The vision. The ocean internet will eventually consist of a vast web of underwater sensors and communication networks that stretch to every corner of the planet. It will enable remote villages without lots of wired infrastructure to get on the grid and help scientists collect unprecedented amounts of data about our oceans. As the name suggests, it's basically an underwater version of the World Wide Web. Except unlike the Wild West of the early internet, the ocean internet will be clean, sustainable, and equitable. No more unsightly cables strung across the countryside or vulnerable internet exchange points that can be cut or burned. Instead, there will be redundant pathways for data to travel along, making it nearly impossible to take the whole thing down. And if that sounds too good to be true, consider this. The world's oceans cover more than 70% of the Earth's surface and contain over 97% of Earth's water. There are a practically infinite number of possible locations for nodes and cables in the ocean internet. In other words, there's plenty of room for everyone. HFY twist. Humanity takes the wild, chaotic oceans and with superior technology, tames them into a single global brain. Information and energy flow freely from the smallest fishing village to the largest metropolis. Wars and economic conflicts become irrelevant as all nations are linked together in a single life-sustaining system. Resources are shared and no one goes hungry. Every individual is plugged into the network and has direct access to everything they could ever want, bringing about an era of peace, prosperity, and enlightenment. Of course, this is all just a pipe dream. Building the ocean internet will require trillions of dollars in investment and will almost certainly be vulnerable to attacks from hackers and nation-state actors. But hey, a guy can dream, can't he? And besides, the universe isn't the only frontier worth exploring. Beneath the waves, a new network is waiting to be built, one that could connect every human on Earth.